Hello Scorpio, so I'm doing your weekly tarot for May the 6th to the 13th. I'm going to take a look at what is going on in your situation. We'll find out why it's happening. We're looking at what's going on in your blind spot, figuring out what it is that's working for you at this time. And of course we're seeing how it is likely going to play out, okay? So let's get into this energy for you. Right. The Knight of Swords and idealism. Now, the message with this one, while we all have our own ideals, they are just that. They are ideals, meaning that they're not always necessarily grounded in reality because it's an ideal, okay? Now, I don't know the full extent, obviously, of what is going on with this energy for you. We're going to clarify it in a minute with the tarot. I feel, to be completely honest with you, Scorpio, I feel like there's a situation here where someone else is possibly trying to put their ideals onto you, right? Because I'm looking at this message and I'm feeling that there is a different can't speak, a differing opinion, there we go, got there in the end, a different opinion that you have with someone else, and for whatever reason I'm getting a really stubborn energy off of that as well. I kind of feel that someone is potentially trying to make things more difficult for you than what is necessary. Okay, so again, that's why we need to take a deeper dive into that. Yeah. Idealism with the Lovers and Ultimatum, both of these are heavy Gemini energies, right? You might be dealing with Gemini, you might have strong Gemini placements in your own chart. Ultimately, it is to do with another person, right? Yes, the Lovers can sometimes indicate a choice. It absolutely can. It's strongly coming out, though, as you're dealing with another person this week who you're having a hard time, or you will be having a hard time, getting them to see things from a reality perspective, okay? I feel that they are not going to budge. So potentially you could be bringing forth an ultimatum to them. Let's take a deeper dive. Let's find out what's going on. Because again, it's not really making sense to me at the moment. And of course, if I don't understand it, then I can't really speak on it, okay? Right, can you tell us more about what is going on here? For Scorpio, what is this idealism all about? Okay, right, so you had a jumping card there, temperance and justice, okay, for the idealism. Yeah, I mean, you could be dealing with a Sagittarius or a Libra also, okay? Ultimately, you're not overwriting what they're saying or what they're trying to do. You're not disregarding that. You are taking it on board. It's indicating that you're looking for a fair and balanced resolution here, okay? What is this temperance for the idealism? What is this temperance for idealism? The Four of Wands reversed. Okay, and the King of Wands. Right. Adjustments are needing to be put in place for your plans, right? It's showing me that this idealism is connected to a plan that you have in regards to your current living situation with the Four of Wands reversed, and how you can see that your living situation at the moment isn't stable. It isn't secure. There's something a bit wobbly with that. So it feels to me like you have got a plan that not everybody is necessarily gonna like. Okay, with that Ten of Cups reversed. However, we've got a lot to unpack here. Four of Cups, yeah. Back to the drawing board, Scorpio. Okay, back to the drawing board. There's something here that's going on within a family situation that is not necessarily going to work out the way that you thought it would. Okay. I also feel as well that the less people who are involved with this plan of yours or this idea of yours that involves your family, your living situation, the less people involvement, the better, right? I feel like this Temperance is Spirit's way of saying, in an ideal world, that would be a good idea. But the practicalities of it, or the reality of it, actually seems to be very, very complicated, okay? Again, because it involves too many people, right? Now, you can flip that, because this could be someone else presenting their plans or ideas to you. Again, it involves you and to do with your living situation, your living standards, anything like that. And them going, okay, well, and then you going, well, I like your idea, it is a good one. However, due to current circumstances, that's not going to be a practical solution, okay? The danger here this week, Scorpio, is you're running the risk of overly complicating a situation because of this idealism. Okay, let me see what this Justice is coming out as. Was this Justice for Scorpio, please? It's almost as if Spirit is saying that there's another way. Okay, that there's another way for you to get what you want without it involving so many people. Okay, was this Ultimatum? You know what? Honestly, Scorpio, I feel like Spirit's presenting you with a healthy alternative, with a healthy, different solution to this idea that you have. The Three of Wands. Okay, so the Three of Wands is all about expansion. It's about growth as well. Patiently waiting for your ships to come in. The Queen of Cups. Okay, it's to do with the Queen of Cups. You could be the Queen of Cups, King of Cups. There's a pair, there's a couple. There's a couple. So, Scorpio, you don't have to involve all these other people. Okay. There's a solution that's coming in. It could be from like an offshore investment here with the Three of Wands. It could be to do with because that's a merchant, so like how do I explain it? Working at a distance. What's this Three of Wands? The Seven of Cups. It feels like something is about to pick up speed. High Priestess and the Six of Swords. Okay, right. So I'm trying to make sense of this, Scorpio. Impatience is a large part of this energy, right? It feels to me like Spirit's saying you don't have to involve other people, or at least not just yet. At least not just yet. Because something that you and an important person in your life are doing together, it's taken off. Okay. And again, it could be to do with like a business abroad or investments abroad. something to do with branching out and extending on what you're currently already doing, okay, and then it growing and it developing into something very, very solid and sustainable, okay. So yeah, you're not, at the moment at least, you're not needing to get others involved. High Priestess, Six of Swords and the Emperor, that's like an easy solution, or an easier solution. What's this easier solution for Scorpio? Eight of Cups. Okay, it involves abandoning something that there's a nostalgic connection to, and the Chariot. Right, so I kind of suspect, Scorpio, that this week you're being asked to really look at the situation from a perspective that is not a nostalgic one, okay? That's like rose-tinted glasses. Avoid that way of thinking this week, because I feel that if anything is going to stunt your own growth, it's going to be that nostalgia. It's time to move full steam ahead here with the Chariot, and to take hard control as well, right? Okay. I'm trying to demystify this as much as I can, and I don't feel like I'm doing a very good job. The King of Wands and leadership for why this is happening. Ultimately consider what it is that you would be surrendering, and is it worth it? What you're... See, by getting other people involved, you're running the risk of surrendering total control. Okay, so... For example, if you're looking at bringing in a business partner, or if you're looking at, I don't know, getting a lodger or something along those lines, you are surrendering the right to choose what goes on within your own home, right? For example, you're surrendering the control of what goes on in your own business. And honestly, Scorpio, that's not going to sit well with you. It isn't. As soon as you get other people involved, they're all going to obviously chip in with their input, and not all of it's going to be good or necessary. Okay. You will be surrendering total control or ownership, with that Emperor energy being there. Okay. Leadership. You tell us more about this leadership. The Nine of Swords. Okay, yeah. Anxiety inducing. You need to be in charge. You need to be in control of either what goes on in your own home or within your own business, depending on how this is resonating. You need to be in control of that. The Moon and the Nine of Wands. There's a danger to your boundaries. There's a danger to your privacy. Yeah, Three of Swords reversed. So that's healing and recovery. And then the Two of Cups reversed. Okay. Disagreements. Potential arguments. Potential trouble on the horizon. Was this Three of Swords reversed for Scorpio? Yeah, Strength, the Star, and Judgment. Ooh, 3 major arcana there, back to back. The Star indicates a solution. It feels to me that this is happening because either you or this other person are feeling like choices or options are very, very limited. Someone's feeling stuck here, but again, the danger is, Scorpio, you get more people involved, you're going to feel even more stuck. And it's like, what happens if you fall out? What happens if there's an argument? What happens if you're not on the same page as each other, right? What happens if there's a miscommunication? Do you know what I mean? It feels like you're trying to surrender ownership of something here. And that's not a good idea. It's not a good plan at all. According to this energy, Scorpio, you would be best served maintaining your current course. Okay? Where is this? This is your blind spot, the paranormal and curiosity. Okay, so yeah, that can be an energy all about trying to predict the future, being curious about future events, right? We all tend to have a natural curiosity towards that. With it being in your blind spot, I feel like you've already got a good sense for what is more likely going to happen around the corner. What's this energy? I don't know why this deck is starting to play up a bit. The King of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles. Why the hell did I say Knight of Pentacles? Clearly it's the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, Scorpio. This is illustrating to me. So, for example, if your main reasons for wanting to bring other people involved with this, if your main motives behind that was money, you actually have got money coming in. You've got money coming in. So I'm not convinced that it's entirely necessary to bring others on board here, Scorpio. What is this additional finances coming in? The Three of Pentacles reversed. The two of Swords off balance. Okay. A King of Swords. It's coming in from a third party here. The Sun. Okay. The Devil off balance, Sun reversed, Five of Swords in the upright. Okay. Yeah, this money seems to be coming in from a third party. It's weird. It's like a payment or something that is due to you. That King of Swords feels like that's a legal individual. The Two of Pentacles, the Five of Swords. So there are no real winners here. It's a less than ideal situation. The Devil off balance with the Sun reversed. So it's not exactly a happy occasion or a happy event. I mean, it's weird to me. It's really weird. There's definitely sadness connected to this energy. It's under there, the Four of Wands in the upright position. It was reversed at the start of your reading. So a situation that you feel is unstable is being restabilized. It is like a really awful event here. It could potentially be a sad event as well, where there are no real winners. Yet you end up with a lot of finances through it. Strange. Okay. Five of Pentacles and poverty for what is working for you. for what is working for you. So this is indicating that you're sick and tired of having to struggle, and it's gotten to the point where you're becoming very, very creative with how you can improve your living standards. What's this poverty? The Queen of Wands and a Queen of Pentacles, two queens for what's working for you. Why the two queens? Page of Cups and a King of Wands. Yeah, see, now we're getting more people involved. I know it's really messy getting other people involved, Scorpio. Really, really messy with these two queens. The Hierophant and the Knight of Pentacles. Well, now the Knight of Pentacles comes out. Okay. Obviously, patience. Taking care of what you can take care of right now. Staying dedicated to your cause, whatever that might be. Make sure that you're not doing anything that's unethical as well. Somehow this King of Wands is connected to a Queen of Pentacles and a Queen of Wands. And a Page of Cups. Like, there could be a family situation going on here, like I said. Ace of Cups and the Ten of Wands. Okay. And a Knight of Wands. I don't know, Scorpio. I feel here like you've just been taking on far too much and your resources are being spread out a little bit too thin here. Okay. Which is feeding into that Five of Pentacles poverty energy. So make sure that you've got a good grasp of exactly where your resources are going, your time, your energy, your efforts, like literally everything. Are you using the resources available to you in the best way possible? Is there a better way that these resources could be getting used? Okay. Right, how this is likely going to play out. The Decadence and Abruption. So that's number 16. That'll be the Tower then. For how this is likely going to play out. So, no. I didn't think that someone's plan up here was going to work. I didn't think that at all. And Spirit's been very, very consistent all the way through this reading. Abruption. I would say, Scorpio, be prepared not to have such a tight grasp on what your plan is up here. Because your plan is very, very likely going to change. And I feel like it's going to change up in the way that you couldn't possibly have predicted for. Okay. Because again, like plans being abruptly changed as well, that causes problems, that causes issues. What is this Tower, Scorpio? Oh, that's just landed in my lap, and it's in the reverse position. The Two of Wands, yeah. Adjustments are required. You will be making the necessary adjustments. Can you tell us more? Queen of Swords. Okay, so being smart about it. I kind of feel here, Scorpio, that you're needing some legal advice as well. Yeah, the Five of Swords, the World, and the Two of Cups. And the Three of Pentacles in the upright as your strongest overall energy. Now, you've had a Three of Pentacles already out, and it was in the reverse. Right, in your blind spot. So it's possible that at some point, here's the confusing thing, Scorpio, at some point you will be getting other people involved and other people on board with your idea. However, it's not going to be right now, and furthermore, It's not going to be the person that you're currently thinking that it's going to be. It's going to be someone else entirely different. That's why it looked like there for a minute that the message was contradicting itself. But the thing is, Spirit will never contradict themselves. We've got to figure out why it looks to us in our human brains like the message is contradicting. It actually isn't. Okay, it's saying your initial plan is not going to work because you're trying to team up with the wrong people or at the wrong time, okay, or for the wrong reasons as well. It could be. You will be teaming up with other people, just not who you think it's initially going to be. And it's definitely not going to be, say, for example, within the next 5 months. Okay, it's going to be more than that. It's going to be longer than that. Finally, we got there in the end. I hope that made sense. Yeah, see the Six of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So everything will work out for you in the best way possible, in the best form possible, okay, for you and for your loved ones here. Yeah, it just happens to be that life circumstances here for someone has changed, and so that original plan of yours needs to change now with the new times, with the new information. But yeah, in the meanwhile, I definitely feel like that this is indicating your frustrations, definitely with the way that things currently are, is making you push yourself, is making you take extra precautions, or is making you think of new creative solutions and ideas, okay, in a way where you can retain control. That's the key thing here. Right, we have a healing message. Discomfort and resentment. Okay, so that's number 2. Let's take a look. Right, so discomfort and resentment. This one says, we often avoid conflicts or even mentioning our feelings because we fear the discomfort it might cause, especially in relationships, and even more so in new relationships. It's common to avoid conflicts by focusing solely on just the positive things and ignoring the negative emotions that need to be addressed just to keep the peace between everyone involved. Direct communication isn't always something that comes easy, though. It needs to be learnt, and this is an indication for you to practice it. Not communicating directly can instead cause the thing that we fear from communication. If you keep repressing your emotions by not speaking up or not allowing your concerns to be aired, these can grow into resentment towards your partner or others in unhealthy proportions. By avoiding discomfort or conflict, instead of building love and trust, we build resentment towards the people that we love. That feeling of resentment can become worse than discomfort, since resentment keeps growing until the matter is resolved. Sometimes it's better to endure the uncomfortable to avoid living with two selves, which is one loving and one resenting. Eventually, it only becomes your own pain that no one else can see. You don't need to hide yourself to keep the peace. Stand up and face your fear, and you might get to experience the calm behind the storm. Take the time to reflect upon what is bothering you in your relationships and what you have been letting slide. What issues have you been feeling hesitant to bring up? When you have gathered your thoughts, be brave and choose discomfort over resentment. Okay, so this one is clearly indicating, Scorpio, that when you maintain your silence just to keep the peace, you're not actually keeping the peace at all, because imagine what that's doing to your sense of inner peace and security. Okay. Being silent to keep the peace, it never works, and that is 100% resentment fuel. Okay. Right, so with that being said, let's take a look at the Swear Tarot. It's just a little bit of light-hearted fun at the end of your reading. Okay, what else for Scorpio? What else for Scorpio? Okay, do it one fucking step at a time. You will earn more fucking money. See, I told you. Spirit's consistent, if nothing else. Okay? And get advice from someone who knows their shit. Yeah, someone legal, preferably. Because that entire reading, it felt quite legal heavy. Okay? It felt like it has the potential for more things to go wrong than what could go right. So that's why you're being advised to be patient, to wait it out. Okay. But yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that that reading has been helpful. If you found that it was helpful for you, then I definitely would appreciate a cheeky wee like on the video. For personal readings with me, my website is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in my description box below. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.